Hello everyone, welcome. This is Ryan of Happy, Healthy, Vegan. Doesn't suck being vegan. Good to see you guys. I was quite ready. Instead of just sitting around for 5 minutes, I thought I'd just come and get started a little early. In fact, I probably could have came on even a few minutes ago. But anyway, welcome everyone. Aloha AJ. And as I was asking Sarah before I came on if she was getting hit in her neck of the woods with the atmospheric river that's been hitting Northern California and the Pacific Northwest. But I said, yeah, I guess, yeah, you're behind the mountains, huh? So you don't get a lot of rain. That's good because it looks like it's been pretty gnarly in a lot of areas in California and Oregon and Washington even. So how you doing, Peter? I know you're in the Pacific Northwest, a little bit north of all that. Are you guys doing? Are you guys okay? Are you guys getting bombarded with rain? I think it's really hitting Northern California the most hardcore. Let's see who else is on tonight. Tin Man and Redlocks and Michael. How is it going? Oh, cool, sir. You're getting great snow. Your ski mountain is open. That's cool. Yeah, November is usually often at least here in California like a precipitation-less month. You know, even though it gets cold, usually not a lot of rain or even snow. But yeah, this year is different. I just saw a bunch of snow up in the local mountains. I didn't go there. You can see them from, the LA basin on a clear day, and I was impressed. I think it was last weekend when I saw it. So yeah, things are happening. It's winter time. Yeah, Marin and Sonoma under flood watches and advisories there I saw. Yeah, it was, the most rain has gotten in 120 years. I thought I saw some parts of the Russian River going to peak tonight. I was looking, though, even with like the worst rain in 120 years, most of the cities there in Sonoma aren't going to flood. A lot of them are along rivers like Petaluma, Hillsburg, just name a few. It looks like they're, they're going to be okay. So that's good to know. Even with a gnarly rain like this, the river doesn't, creep into the homes and businesses and screw them up too bad. But yeah, Northern California has been really gnarly. I've been watching it on the news, and we're going to get the tail of it down here over the weekend and early next week. But it's not going to be gnarly. We're only going to get maybe an inch of rain, if even that. As opposed to like 10 inches I saw in like say Santa Rosa or something like that. Pretty crazy. But yeah, winter is here. It's cold at night, it's raining, it's snowing, the weather has definitely changed. It's dark really early, like sunset's like at 4:30 now here or something like that. It is not summer anymore. So how you doing there, Peter? Let's see. Windy in Victoria, lots of power out, but you still have power. Yeah, I forgot. Along with the atmospheric river rain, yeah, they're getting some hurricane force winds and stuff. So anyway, yeah, so much rain in Vacaville. Where's Vacaville? That's over like in the Sacramento general area. Am I correct on that one there? B, you love the early dark. I kind of like it and I don't like it. I guess I'm more of a solstice kind of person. Not solstice, equinox. I like the autumn, spring, equinox times. I think that's a good amount of sunlight and everything. The early dark does kind of trip me out a little bit until I get a little bit of seasonal affective disorder. It's been something that's been going on throughout my entire life. It has nothing to do with being vegan. It has to do with being human and having less sunlight hitting your eyelids or whatever. So anyway, okay, up near Sacramento. Oh, but closer to Vallejo. I have a friend that lives in Vallejo. We've done some music with him before. Let's see. What's your theory there, AJ? That the recent flooding is happening because we are losing forests and ground cover that used to absorb the rain. That could be true. If just in some areas for sure, especially in like burn scars. But what's happening right now is just a crazy atmospheric river, which means there's a bomb cyclone. It's a 2-for-1 thing. It's this windy, like a non-tropical hurricane that brings a lot of wind, a lot of rain. That's coming from the north, like from like Canada, Alaska. It's coming from the north, cold stuff. Then the way it rotates, the way it spins around, it's sucking up tropical moisture from like Hawaii, So that's the atmospheric river, just this constant stream of rain hitting an area for like several days, even a week. So yeah, that is just pure weather meteorology there. But yeah, if you're if all that stuff's happened on a burnt out area, it's the recipe for mudslides. That's happened time and time here in California. We get a fire, then we get a really rainy winter, then there's mudslides, and it's just a bad combination. Let's see, Peter, did you see your video from Dr. Kim Berry? Even the thumbnail sucks. You sent me a short. I didn't look to see if there was a newer one. This is a few days ago. I haven't looked in several days. Probably haven't looked since Monday, Peter, but I'll take a look. Did you send me another one? I thought you sent me a short or something from Kim Berry, but I'll take a look again to see what's going on, if you sent me something new there. And I haven't seen Christspiracy yet. I have not. Okay, it's a newer one. Thanks, Penny. I haven't seen Christspiracy. I just haven't had a chance to hook up I just find the HDMI to USB-C cable, hook it up to the back of the TV. I just haven't had a chance yet. I've been just overwhelmed with lots of stuff in life right now. Some stuff bad, some stuff good. I'll tell you some about the good stuff in a little bit. Today's kind of a special day for Angie and I's music. Hey, Nikki, thanks for being a Happy Fan member for 11 months. Soup weather. What's my favorite soup? It's got to be split pea soup. I love it when Angie makes split pea soup, and I always love going to Split Pea Anderson's here in California on certain road trips. There's one in Central California, and one that just closed. I think that's the original one in Solvang, kind of near San Luis Obispo in Central California. I'm glad we went there when we did back in 2019. I didn't know that was going to be the last time I'd see the place. And the last time I'd gone before then, I was probably a kid. So yeah, I've lots of sentimental memories built around split pea soup. And as an older vegan now, I just love split pea soup. I think it's delicious. And Angie makes a delicious split pea soup. But yeah, thanks, Nikki. Thanks for being one of our happy fams for 11 months. Thanks, all you guys. Let's see. Hey, Graven. Good to see you, Graven. Let's see. Carl, this is your 7th anniversary of not eating meat or dairy. Being an ethical vegan came about a year later. Awesome. Congratulations. I'm glad you remember when it was, because I tell you guys, I didn't really write it down. I just kind of know the time of year roughly, and it's probably in a mid-late October, but yeah, I wish I knew exactly when. Could have even been early November, but it's right in that time frame. So yeah, solid 14 years vegan now. Yeah, minestrone sounds good, Metal. That sounds nice. Let's see. Oh, you're only in the 40s temperatures Fahrenheit-wise right now. That's what we are overnight. So if that's your high, that's cold for us. Our house is ancient. It's over 100 years old, and the insulation sucks. So it's just cold. I've been in colder climates where I've been in newer buildings that were properly insulated. It feels fine, but yeah, down here, wintertime, even though you guys might laugh, oh, you guys got up to 70 degrees today. Yeah, but it's cold at night and the house doesn't warm up. So, yeah, it's just, it's all relative. Yeah, if I had a modern home with proper insulation, it'd feel great right now. But yeah, there's really 2 seasons in our house, the cold time and the warm time. And we're in the cold time right now. Yeah, is chili considered a soup, guys? What do you think? I don't think it is technically, but yeah, it's kind of the same philosophy. Cut a bunch of stuff up, put it in the water, let it sit for a while. It's soup-ish. Hey, Heidi's here, and did I say hi to Nikki? Yeah, I think I did. And let's see if I got everyone here so far. Allison, I think I'm getting all of y'all here. And I want to say thanks to everyone who came to our members live stream this Saturday, Sunday, what was it? I can't remember anymore now. But thanks for joining Angie and I for that. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, so I'm a little tired. Yeah, I went to the gym today. I had kind of a sort of normal Friday, and I emphasize sort of normal, and I got to do the things I usually do on Friday. I didn't play any basketball today, but man, I played crazy basketball on Tuesday. It's one of those sessions that I show you to show you how, show you I'm not lying. I was working out for an hour and a half on the basketball court, and I was getting ready to go home. Then some people I knew wanted to play basketball. So I played for another hour and a half. I was 3 hours on the basketball court. I was so beat. I think it was 1,800 calories I had burnt at the gym that day. It was crazy. But anyway, Yeah, I didn't want to play today. I just did my workout, or else I'd be totally pooped because I'm old. Yeah, Peter, no one wants to debunk veganism anymore, right? Either they don't want it or YouTube's not suggesting it to would-be debunkers. It's probably the latter. I don't think people can help themselves. I still see people in the comments think they have some great debunk of veganism. So anyway, I often go on before the live streams, like a couple hours before they start, go and find these comments and invite them to come and give us their best shot to say, explain this in more detail, give us some evidence for what you're saying here. We'd love to hear. And they don't come too often. Let's see, Nikki, serious question. You started up an ethical vegan meetup and had a person freak out online when you did not respond immediately. How do you handle aggressive meetup people? I just let them know, hey, I'm not like glued to the email or whatever, the notifications. So, and I'm doing this meetup out of it's a volunteer thing, so I'm not a pro, so I'm not like always manning it and stuff like this. Just let them know you try your best and no hard feelings. You're not, it's just not gonna you're not always gonna get back to people super quickly, so if you have a when they sign up, maybe you can have a little FAQ or a little message that goes out to them, and you can cover a bunch of things like welcome to the meetup group, whatever. You can mention too, I'm doing this out of volunteer. I have a job, so I'm not always able to respond immediately. So keep that in mind. Don't take it personally. And Sarah says, just stay clear of this person. That's not a bad piece of advice too. Just don't be there. Like Mr. Miyagi says, best way to avoid a fight or a punch, just no be there. That person's just giving you, what you described there, Nikki, that behavior from this person. Whether it doesn't matter if they're vegan or not, just a lot of red flags, just too needy, too easily triggered, too main character, kinds of personality attributes that I just don't like to deal with because it's just too high maintenance and too much stress. And the whole point of having a meetup is to have fun, right? And have good things happen, not have to deal with people that bum you out. Yeah, Peter, we got offered for the plant-based bundle. I think it's the same one you're referring to. We looked at the terms and we weren't all that excited about how it worked out. I guess a lot of people could have got our books, but the bottom line is you only get paid for the ones that where people use your code. So if they don't use our code, all these other people are getting our books for free. So it doesn't help us out financially. I guess it might be considered good promotion or something, perhaps. I'm not sure. Thank you, AJ, for the weekly cult dues. Yes, we are a cult. If anyone's watching from afar, not commenting, and you thought vegans were a cult, you just saw it right there. AJ's donation to the cult leader. Yeah, if you didn't know, yeah, my name is Ryan, and I happen to be the vegan cult leader because, veganism is a cult. And, no one's really confessed up to being the leader because all cults have to have a leader, right? And that would be me. I've been the vegan cult leader all this time. So in case you're watching and you're new, yes, I'm Ryan. I'm a cult leader. I'm sure some anti-vegan will use that. And I'm just being sarcastic, but you know how people are. I don't care. If anyone wants to throw that out there, it just shows you how stupid they are. Yeah, Peter, I'm sure they reached out to a bunch of people. They reached out to us. And then it looked like they had the option to automatically renew it forever. So if you do it 1 year, they'll have you next year. And it just seemed like a lot of stuff that we weren't too excited about. And they seem like good people. I'm not saying their business is wrong or bad. Just didn't vibe with our kind of philosophy of how we do business. So it just wasn't meant to be, I don't think. Falsificationism, you're a cult member too? Awesome. You haven't officially joined the cult. You're not officially not a channel member. That officially gives you the cult robes. Yeah, Sarah, people buy those bundles, but in order for the authors of the books to get paid, people need to use your code that you're given. So we don't have a huge reach, so all you guys have already bought our books, right? So, maybe we'll sell 5 of them, maybe if we're lucky, so we'll get like maybe $10 or something or $20. The thing is, a bunch of other influencers are way more huge than us going to sell a shit ton of them. And they're going to get our book for free, basically. So, I wasn't too excited about that part, about our book getting, for free, free meaning we're not getting paid a penny for those. Yeah, it's like, why bother? Why have all, our book go out to, thousands of people and we only get paid for, 5 of the people that buy it? It just didn't seem like a good proposition for us. If we were a bigger channel, influencer types, maybe it would make some sense. But given, as I said, who we are, how we operate, It just didn't seem like a worthwhile thing for us. Again, I say I have nothing bad to say about the book bundle. It's totally cool. It just wasn't for us. Yeah, Peter, he gets the stuff out, but it's our intellectual property that we sell. And if like thousands of people get our book and we don't get a penny for it, and other influencers that are bigger than us get paid for it, it kind of sucks, So that's why we didn't do it, You have to weigh out, how much do you really want to promote and get stuff out, and how much do you just want to protect your intellectual property and actually get paid for the work that you do? So I've had to balance this forever as an artist, doing music and stuff like that. So anyway, let's talk about something else. Yeah. Jessie says she got pissy when Ryan didn't respond to me on the first time you attended a live stream. I've learned since that it's easy to miss stuff. Oh yeah, Jesse, it's super easy to miss stuff. There's a lot going on. It's not personal. Yeah, you can't see what I'm doing. I have a giant monitor here, 27-inch monitor here, a 27-inch monitor over there. I've got an iPad here, and and I'm watching the chat. I'm looking at all my data here. Shows all my mic levels and other data that relate to the live stream. I'm looking here, how many people are on, what's the chat rate, average view duration. I mean, there's a lot of data, so I miss a lot of stuff. So yeah, I'm just a simple human, and I only can absorb and process so much information accurately. Let's see, Megan, you've been FTA, I'm not sure what that is, since 2017. Ooh, Michael, I see your super chat there. Let me try to figure out what she's asking here. With your husband, we just had your first baby 10 months ago. Do you have any tips on how to start?
A long time since I tipped, and always appreciate your activism, Ryan. Hope
thank you, Michael.
Helps. We love you.
Thanks so much, Michael. That's really kind of you, and I'm glad you appreciate my unique style of activism here. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thanks, AJ, and thanks, Michael. Really, your guys' super chat tips really, truly help our channel stay around, because probably just those two super chat tips are more than I'll make from, like, say, the Joe Rogan video I put out a couple days ago, which is doing decently well. Not viral or anything, but better than average for our low level here. Anyway, what'd you say, Megan? Do you have any tips on how to start a strong understanding of why we're vegan and how to start explaining veganism? I'm not sure if I understand. I like what you're asking, like tips on how to start a strong understanding of why you're vegan. I mean, I'm not sure if I understand, like, you are vegan, and if you're vegan, you should know why you're vegan, right? Because veganism is simply just, having a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So if you're asking how to explain it to someone else, is that what you mean, to other people? Just say, hey, I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation, and I choose personally to avoid animal products because of those beliefs, and instead eat plants and fungi. It's as simple as that. You have an ethical stance against something, and the only foods left that don't violate those ethical principles are plants and fungi. So let me know if I understood your question there, Megan, and we can continue that on there. Let's see, Allison, regarding guitar lessons. I had guitar lessons, and I actually first started in second grade. I had some for a few months, and then in maybe fourth, fifth, and maybe I don't know, in junior high and early high school, I was going on weekends for guitar lessons too. So I have some basic training as far as that goes. How much of does that affect me now? I mean, I don't sight read anymore or anything like that, musical notation, stuff like that. But I did get me started, the whole process of learning from someone better, got me on a good path of, playing. Let's see. Karasu the Dreamer says, how should I respond to fellow pagans who claim that plants, trees, mushrooms have souls, spirits? There's also the new science about how trees communicate. Well, they don't have sentience. This is the thing. Souls, you'll never be able to see a soul, whether it's in a human or an animal or a tree or plant or mushroom. You could never see like, hey, there's the soul, you know. You can see consciousness in humans and animals, you know, sentient beings, but you're never going to see a soul, and you're not going to see sentience in plants. That doesn't mean plants are without wonder and amazement. I mean, and we have to use human metaphorical language. It sounds like they're sentient to describe some of the things, but plants know, like when it's night or day, for instance. They don't really know. They have sensors, and the sensors are able to detect, oh, is the sun out or not? Is it hot? Is it, you know, and if so, how to extract nutrients from the soil and stuff like that. But they don't know. This is all part of their, you know, there's no brain, there's no memories, no anything like that. There's DNA, there's stuff like that. But we just have to be metaphorical. We are metaphorical about plants' capabilities, but I mean, plants aren't sentient. There's just no way. Plants can't have anger or embarrassment. Just because they have sensors doesn't mean they're sentient. Like my phone has a sensor, but you know, it's definitely not sentient. You know, sensing is not necessarily sentient. So try that out with your pagan friends there. See how that goes. Oh, Peter, so Mike the Vegan just did the same Joe Rogan video. Interesting how it's coming out now, because I saw it came out maybe a month or so ago. Someone accused me in the comments. I told him to come here tonight. And, you just responding to that old video now because of the election and you want some revenge? I said, I just heard about it last week. It has nothing to do with anything, you know? I wasn't saving it, you know, to get back at own the Republicans or something like that. What a weird idea. I just responded to what Joe Rogan said. I don't care if he's a Democrat, Republican, independent, whatever. I don't care what you are. If you say stupid things about veganism, I might respond. I don't care about your religion, your politics. I really don't. Unless you say something that offends me or something like that. Other than that, if you say something misinformed about veganism, regardless of those things, I'll probably respond eventually. Let's see, Carl responds to Karasu about the pagans. Do they argue that only plants have souls? Like, plants don't feel pain like animals do. Exactly. Plants cannot feel pain. Sure, you will F them up if you pull them out of the ground or step on them. It's not good for their structure. It disrupts how they are able to stay alive. Doesn't mean they feel pain. It just means you killed it, you know? But anyway... And also, too, even if plants did have souls and felt pain and had sentience, what they don't, a lot of plants, you eat them. Well, that's not cool with the balloons. A lot of plants, you eat them after they're dead, or like, say, in the case of fruit, after they're ripe. They fall off the tree, or you just pick it because it's about, you know, and you're not eating the tree. The tree continues to live. You're eating like the sexual reproductive parts of a plant, of a tree. If you eat an avocado, the avocado tree still lives. And things like, say, like, grains and potatoes, you harvest them when the plant is dead and you get what's left. So you're not necessarily even like having to kill a plant to eat plants. But try that with meat, you know. Try to eat a steak without killing an animal. It's impossible unless you have some kind of lab grown meat. But yeah, you can technically eat plants without having to kill a damn thing. Try that with animals. Don't try that. It won't work. Pleasant Bulldog. Oh, thanks for spouting your right-wing extremist views here. Trump Musk. Like, what does Musk have to do anything? I mean, for a better world, finally, people in place to help repair the woke brain. Oh, okay. Are you here to troll? What do you mean by the woke brain? Shall we even go down this road or not? Are you going to attack me because I don't think, like, say... LGBTQ people are bad people and I think they're fine members of society, but you want to like be a bigot and say bad things about them? Is that what woke means? If that's what woke means, I'll take that any day over what kind of bigoted bullshit you're probably into. But anyway, let's see what goes on. Graven says, even if you don't eat the apple, it's still going to fall from the tree. Yeah, exactly. And again, the tree doesn't cease to die when the apple falls from the tree. Yeah, but Mr. Troll Person, tell me how I am a bad person for being woke because I am not a bigot towards, say, LGBTQ people or Mexican immigrants or whatever. What's the thing? Please tell me how I'm woke because I'm a decent human being that has compassion for not only other human beings, but for animals as well. So please tell me how that's bad, considered a negative thing. I really want to hear how I'm doing it wrong. And whereas you, with I assume to be bigoted points of view, that's the right way to be a good person. So please teach us here. So where did our friend go? Ignore the fascists. No, I want to hear the argument how bigotism is good and being, what's the word? Compassionate and wanting to like coexist with people who might be different from me, how that's bad. I want to hear the argument for that. I really want to see that. Oh, you timed him out, Peter? Well, if you come back, you can explain to me how the mere fact that I don't hate other people who have different beliefs from me or different ethnicities from me or different lifestyles from me, how I don't hate them, how that makes me bad. I really want to see your twisted logic on that. So we'll come back to that if and when our bigoted troll fascist comes back. Yeah, I saw Fu's comment today, Sarah, before coming on, and I let him know we're concerned about him and he should come and say hello. So we'll see if he got it or if he's able to come and come and join us tonight. Hey, Milo, let's talk about the original definition of vegan: to be moral and ethical. General rule is to speak to egotistical and narcissists with euphemism because the toxic ego is defensive. I'm not sure if I follow the second part there. Yeah, Peter, I just wanted to see a bigot defend bigotry. I was really amused about that because we haven't really had too many people do that on these live streams. I go, this could be fun to see a bigot try to justify the morality of bigotry. I want to see what kind of gaslighting and mental gymnastics a bigoted troll use to make themselves think they're doing something really good for themselves in the world. So anyway, Allison, go to the corner and think about what you did. That's what the timeout is, the naughty corner. And it gives them a chance to really, if they haven't already, maybe the first time in their lives, they'll be able to think through their position. Like, he does have a point. I am a bigot. Is that a good thing to be? I just thought it was. I just assumed because of my idols that I just mentioned there have those bigoted tendencies. I just assumed I should have them too. But Ryan has a good point. How is it a better person to be bigoted than not bigoted? I just want to see. Anyway, all right, Karasu. Hope the advice works out about your pagan friends there. Again, I have nothing against pagans. I'm sure a bigot would have trouble with pagans. These people, I think they're so moral and awesome, seem to really be fragile snowflakes and get triggered and start lashing out and attacking those who are different from them. That's why a lot of us vegans experience negativity from that same exact kind of bigotry that I was talking about. Bigotry isn't for just people of different like ethnicities or sexual orientations. It could be for anything, like that you eat plants. I'm sure many of you have experienced vegan bigotry, right? I'm sure most of you have. If you're good at hiding your identity online or don't participate in social media much, maybe you've never experienced it. For a lot of us, you guys know what I'm talking about. People will hate you just because of a decision you made about yourself, about what you want to eat and why you want to do it. Just because of that, they will hate you. That's what kind of world we live in. You're just talking about bigotry with your bestie today? That's coincidence. What kind of bigotry? Probably not vegan bigotry, right? Because it sounds like, Sarah, yeah, you're lucky. You're not like all over social media, so you probably don't have to experience that firsthand. Whoa, AJ, no, I didn't see that. That sounds like a lot of bigotry there too. Wow. Yeah, maybe, Aga. People are bigots because they're just acting out of fear. Oh, Uncle Walt. He's not going to be here tonight. Oh. That sucks. Oh, we will miss you again tonight, Uncle Walt. Yeah, Vegan Metalhead has experienced vegan bigotry, vegan hate. Exactly. You know what it's like. you know. So yeah, for a lot of you guys, you know, this might be some of the first forms of bigotry you felt in your life. I've experienced bigotry many times throughout my life, you know. I've always been different, you know. Anyway. You're discussing, I didn't think it was vegan bigotry, so you're discussing how narrow-minded a friend of yours is. Sad to hear. Graven, like bigotry in real life or all online? Yeah, either place. I mean, yeah, bigotry is bigotry. Most of the bigotry I have experienced in recent years has been pretty much exclusively online. I can't think of any real world, but yeah, a lot of people experience real world bigotry. It seems like vegan bigotry is most common online. I don't think too many people like start effing with vegans in the real world. It happens, but I think it's more rare. Hey, sweet potato sister, good to see ya. Take that little break from school and listen as you're cooking. Awesome. All right, interesting, vegan Brian animal activist. Thanks for sharing that. 9 p.m. That's like now, or is that tomorrow? Travis, you just don't tell anyone you're vegan anymore. They'll find out eventually. The last handful of times, it's people you've known for years, and they were shocked and confused. Yeah, because as we've seen, a lot of people just don't know what it is, right? You know, a lot of people think it means like Jainism or something like that, or I don't know. They think it's an environmental thing or something, or a health thing, and it can be those things, but we all know fundamentally, essentially, it is this. It's this, like I said, you're against animal cruelty and exploitation, and it happens to be, if you do it properly, it can be a healthy way of eating. It doesn't have to be, as I've mentioned a million times. You just chug beer and down Oreos all day. It's vegan. It's not the greatest diet in the world by any stretch, but that's not what any health organization I've ever seen recommends as well. Okay, 30 minutes from now, Brian. Okay, Central. All right, I got my time. Hey, you're competing with my live stream, man. No, it's all good. Let's see. Peter, is a movie called Wicked. Wicked movie has a lot of messages about bigotry. Oh, I've never heard of it before. Peter, tell me about this movie called Wicked. I've seen it? Oh, is it like a kids movie? Like a Disney thing? Oh, okay. I'll check it out if I haven't seen it. All right, cool. Oh, Heidi, it's totally fine to eat Oreos. I'm not saying avoid Oreos at all costs. I'm just saying, in theory, someone could just eat Oreos and drink beer as their only two sources of food and drink, and they would technically be eating a vegan diet. They could even be ethical vegans, but it wouldn't be healthy. But yeah, if you have some Oreos from time to time or some beer from time to time, it'll, unless you have some extreme health conditions, it'll probably be you'll probably be okay. Let's see, Graven, you had a guy talk to you when you got your COVID vaccine in real life. He walked past you at the pharmacy when you're getting out. I cussed his ass out. What did he do? Did you have on a vegan shirt? Was he giving you crap about your personal choice to take a vaccine? I hate when people just, if it's the latter, that really pisses me off. Like, it's your choice, it's your body. Like, what the hell does he have any right to say over what you do with your body? Does he want to look at your blood tests too? Does he want to go with you to the doctor and see what the results of everything are? I mean, it's your life, it's your medical decision. Anyway, that's AJ. You're the typical. How do you know if someone is vegan? They'll tell you. Okay, it's a musical. Okay, all right, in theaters. I don't think I've seen it, but Angie says I'm at least aware of it. Jesse, now you want Oreos and beer? Hey, have some tonight. It's Friday night. You know, live a little, have some fun, vegan style. You know, vegan junk food style. Okay, it's based on a prequel book to The Wizard of Oz and the long-running Broadway play. Jacqueline, hi, are all vegans polyamorous? Like, why would all vegans be polyamorous? All vegans have one thing in common, and only one thing, is that we are against animal cruelty and exploitation. If you want to have one or none or a ton of romantic partners, that's on you. It has nothing to do with your diet or belief systems. Your belief about animal cruelty and exploitation has nothing to do with how many people you're gonna like be with or anything like that. So I'm not sure how we can discuss that anymore. What gave you the idea that vegans are polyamorous? I mean, just because you might perhaps know some vegan polyamorous people, I know some very non-vegan polyamorous people. So you can't conclude, all meat eaters are polyamorous, right? It just doesn't work like that. So anyway, that's kind of funny. That lightened up our mood a little bit. Metalhead, you had a bourbon and a Diet Dr. Pepper night. Sounds like tonight. Sounds vegan. Okay, Milo earlier said you're referring how to best teach non-bigotry. I'm all for that, Milo. Non-violence and non-cruelty. I'm totally down with that. Most people say the best psychological results come from euphemism and not personal insults. I agree 100%. That's why you typically don't see me doing personal attacks on people. I respond using my trademark thing is to use critical thinking and evidence-based information. But yeah, euphemism, sarcasm, that stuff can be cool too. But I think personal attacks is the worst form of dealing with someone that if you're having a discussion about veganism, that's going to make them 100% dig in. They're on the defensive. They're going to not listen to anything you say with any open-mindedness, and they'll probably hate you and all vegans after that. So that's why I'm not too into certain styles of activism that are all about that. Yeah, it was kind of a weird question, huh, Sarah? You never know what someone's going to ask. Well, hopefully I answered his or her question satisfactorily there. Cotton candy burritos. Huh, interesting. Have I ever done a cube of truth? Yeah, I've seen them at vegan festivals, and one night at a non-vegan festival, they were doing an operation, they were somewhere locally, and it was back when I was running for city council. I went down, I wanted to get some discussions going with people. No one took me up on it, so that was pretty much it. I didn't really do it exactly with them. I knew they were going to be there. I was in communication with them, and I went, on my own. So I don't know if that answers your question there, vegan Brian, animal activist. I was hoping to get some interesting Joey Carbstrong or Earthling Ed type conversations. I wasn't there to film it or anything. I just thought it would be interesting and fun, and it didn't really work out. There wasn't a lot of people. It was kind of cold. It was nighttime. It was a weekday. Not the most ideal setting to meet a lot of people outdoors and get conversations going. It's not well attended is what I'm saying. No fault of the activists, just all those reasons I just said there. Anyway, you did a cube of truth at the Rib Fest? Awesome, good for you. Great place to be confrontational there. Let's see. Angie's been watching some of the Mama 2025 Music Awards. It's a Korean music thing. You've got that APT song with Merce and Bruno Mars. Yeah, that song's all right. I'm not a huge fan of either, but I thought it was a great concept, the song and video. I like how they made her look like a rock chick rather than a glamorous K-pop star or something like that, like an indie rock girl or something like that. I thought it was cool. It's him sitting there on the drums in a band situation and all that. It looked cool. But yeah, I'm not huge fans of them, but yeah, I'm trying to think of what if I've seen anything I've liked so far, any of my fave bands playing. I'll go watch more. I know it's all happening right now, but I'll check it out. Yeah, there's lots of stuff all over YouTube. You know that APT song too, Heidi? Wow, I know it's pretty big. It's gotten a lot of views, a lot of plays here in the United States. I mean, it's a genius move for them to collaborate. I know Bruno Mars is popular with a lot of Korean and K-pop artists, and Blackpink, super big band. Not one of my faves or anything, but I don't dislike them. There's just so many Korean bands, K-pop bands that you can find exactly what does it for you, the kind of music and stuff you like, whatever, And Blackpink's not my fave, but I don't dislike them, just not one of my faves or anything. Okay, Peter, so when you did the cube of truth, a guy threatened you. What did he threaten you for? He just didn't appreciate you using your free speech rights to show people what actually happens to animals. I mean, you weren't doing anything wrong. You weren't doing anything unethical. You're just showing, hey, this is reality. I want to show people what reality is. And if you don't like reality, bro, if you can't handle reality, Mr. Ribfest person, tough shit. You know, why are you being such a precious snowflake? I mean, is that the normal reaction? Oh, I'm offended. I don't like this this evidence-based information. I'm going to threaten people because I'm a man. Is that how it works out? Is that what this Trump Musk guy wants to do? Is that kind of thing? Is he like a precious snowflake like that? That guy that Peter timed out about 20 minutes ago. Anyway. Hey, Jen Marie, welcome. Okay, Jacqueline, who was asking about the all vegans are polyamorous thing. Thank you. Oh, okay. I live in a house of vegans, and they believe in free love for all. So that's their thing. But as we see what veganism is, it's simply a stance against animal cruelty. It doesn't tell you who you should pair up with, how many people you should pair up with, or whatever. It's simply being against animal cruelty and exploitation. So it's just like, I guess your vegan friends there. They're vegan, it sounds like, and they also are into polyamory. Just like I know some meat eaters who are also into polyamory. That's how it is. Vegans are just a cross section of humanity where we represent all walks of life, all socioeconomics, all ethnicities, all religions, all political beliefs. We're all here. There's nice vegans, there's a-hole vegans, and everything in between. What ties us together is that we are against animal cruelty and exploitation. That's all you can really say about vegans. That's the core belief there. Live Mercifully says, I hate it when non-vegan animal lovers refuse to watch graphic clips and get mad when they're shown because it makes them upset. It makes them have to question their life, their worldview. Their worldview is based upon, hey, I eat animals, but I love animals. And it's hard for them to reconcile that when they see, normally they just have it blocked away in the back of their minds. They know the animals are treated poorly, the animals that they eat, but they don't think about it. They just block it off like something just to kick back punt forever away. Then when confronted with the reality, they're faced to deal with that crap that they've been repressing or suppressing, whichever it is. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but whatever. They're faced to deal with that stuff immediately, and it doesn't piss them off. It creates anxiety, and anxiety creates all sorts of emotions like anger and violence. They're triggered basically by that dissonance that they were able to block all that time. Anyway. I'm not sure what we're going to do, Peter. I really don't know yet. It's just up in the air exactly right now. Let's see. Graven, I don't celebrate things. So yeah, I'm with Sarah here. Yeah, Sarah says at Graven, we don't really celebrate. We just eat. Exactly. Okay. Often one of our favorite tamale makers does a tamale drop around Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that. So I'm hoping they will. So we'll see how that goes. And it just happens to be Thanksgiving, but it'll be a day to get some tamales. Maybe take some to my mom. Who knows? We don't know exactly what's going on yet. Yeah, but Sarah's right. What I was saying earlier, that vegan equals all walks of life. We just don't eat animals for ethical reasons. That's it. Oh, thanks, Jesse. My mom's health is better. Her strength has gotten a lot better. Just dealing with some family problems too, for she is, and therefore I am too. So it's just been a rough time, So that's where we're at right now, and that's the life I'll be living for a little while, it seems, for a bit, So anyway, thanks for asking. Let's see, vegan. No, I'm not using StreamYard. I know what you're talking about. I used that before during COVID when I had a few guests come on. Yeah, now I use Streamlabs, which unfortunately doesn't have any way to... I don't know why they don't have it. They should have some tech in here to invite guests on. They could make some plugin or something like that, and they don't. So yeah, I tried various other ways of getting guests in, like using Skype and Zoom, and it's always some workaround, and I always had trouble, like the audio would make it, but the video wouldn't. Maybe it's because I'm on a Mac. I know it's the Streamlabs software is Windows native, and it's like a Mac port, Apple port, whatever. So it's not as robust, I don't think. No fault of Apple, just that their code has been Windows based for forever, and they finally forked it over to Mac a few years back. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I just talked to her today. Still family problems, and we will have to deal with it all together. Milo, see, yeah, you can be vegan and have those extra beliefs, but those things have nothing to do with veganism. Again, veganism has nothing to do about your body or what you do with it, like as far as having sexual partners. It's just a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. Oh, Sarah, I don't know. I bet I'm sure the Streamlabs Windows software is or better than the Mac, I'm guessing. The Mac seems to have a few weird things, but all software is always kind of wonky when you get down to it. Michael, I didn't realize you're in the UK. Wow, you're up super late. Yeah, it's like in the early morning. I'm long asleep at what this time is for me, what that is for you right now. Well, thanks for staying up with me. I feel honored. You're still using Windows 7? It can't run anything like modern, right? You're not on the internet right now with Windows 7, right? Oh, Brian, yeah, Vegan Brian, yeah, we've talked about, Dominion a ton of times, and I'm sure pretty much everyone here watching this live stream, especially our regulars, have seen Dominion, or at least know all about Dominion. And I think it's more important for non-vegans to watch it, because I'm already vegan. I don't need to see it. I personally haven't watched too much of it, because when I put it on, I don't like to see animal cruelty and exploitation. I already know I'm vegan. I don't need to see these disturbing images. They would just make me more upset. I think, the intended audience, non-vegans, let them see what's going on. Wake them up out of their slumbers. They've been blissfully ignorant, or at least not willing to consciously deal with the reality of how their food is, where it comes from, how it's treated, how the animals were treated that became their food later on. So yeah, it's great for them to see it, but I think us vegans, we have a choice. If you want to see it, see what's going on, totally cool, go for it. It's going to be disturbing, and if you don't want to have the emotional toil that watching something like that does, you don't have to, because you're already vegan. It's not going to change you. You're already vegan. So to make it clear, I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm not dissuading people. I'm just letting people know to be forewarned, and each person has to decide for his or her own self if you are up for it. Because it's not just like sitting back and watching like a comedy or a rom-com or something like that. It's completely opposite. Graven, we had a troll earlier, and Peter timed him out, and he never came back. So he was the one that, were you here when the guy was all complaining about woke people like me, and I really wanted to see how not being a bigot was somehow a bad thing, and hating people who are different from me, that's a virtue? I was really wanting to see the argument for that. Jacqueline, yeah, I live in the Southern California area. I've been over the years, I've not recently, like before COVID, been to a ton of vegan events, vegan festivals. Me and Angie have spoke and presented at many vegan festivals, like LA Veg Fest, SoCal Veg Fest in Orange County, where else? San Diego Veg Fest. So yeah, we've done our share of that. So yeah, those are fun. I forgot what your question is. But yeah, all the ones I mentioned, they usually happen not in the wintertime. But yeah, keep your eyes open for any vegan events like that. I don't know, that sounds like a crazy idea, vegan metalhead. I would advise maybe not to do that, but hey, it's a free country still. If you can do it, if that makes you feel good. Okay, you did see that troll Graven. Awesome. I guess that's awesome. Wow, that sounds great, Peter. That'll make camping a little more pleasurable and less like, like hardcore, like, primitive. Camping's kind of primitive, which is a good thing. That's why I like going camping. But yeah, if you can get some of the glamping features in your camping at UK Campout, awesome. Yeah, Peter, I don't do a bunch of events anymore. You got it, totally. I totally haven't done a vegan event, since 2019, I guess, So, that's just how we are right now. I mean, when SoCal Veg Fest happened here, like a month or two ago, when was it? September, I think it was. Gosh, I forgot. I just remember, I remember when, my mom was in the hospital right then. So I'm going, good thing I didn't commit to going or anything. I wouldn't have been able to go. I would have had to cancel. I just can't plan things like that anymore. So anyway, Jacqueline, are you still going on in the poly thing? Or not? No, I'm married to Angie, and vegans are not necessarily polyamorous. If you have some polyamorous vegan friends, that's them, but that's not the normal thing that veganism is known for. Again, the normal thing that veganism is known for is the essential thing that veganism is. Stands against animal cruelty and exploitation. Wow, Graven, I'm going to read your thing here. Once your husband and ex-husband were chased in an automobile, them in a car, the rednecks in a truck. They ended up chasing them off the road. That is bigotry because the rednecks thought your husband and ex were gay. First of all, why would they think they're gay? And if so, let's assume they were gay. Why would that justify trying to run someone off a road and killing people? I mean, that's what I'm saying. That, to me, that is just immoral. It's criminal. But, if you have compassion for people, that's a bad thing. You ever see, I'm a compassionate person, I'm going to run these gay people off the road? No, that's a good person is cool and doesn't try to kill or harm people. But no, they think they're the good people by trying to kill or harm people. Just shows you bigots suck. They're just joking, Jacqueline. That's all good. Anyway, thanks for asking, Michael. Yeah, I said she's doing better health-wise. Emotionally, not as good. Just dealing with some family issues, some kind of major family issues, and that's all I want to get into about that. Okay, so what happened with Graven? Why did they think your ex-husband was gay? You said your ex-husband at the time was wearing a woman's shirt, rednecks in Florida, don't need much thought. Wow, just because of a shirt. A shirt is enough to try to kill a person on the highway. Wow, and they thought they were good people doing that. Wow. That's why I don't have much tolerance for these intolerant bigot types. That's why when that guy came on earlier, I gave him a bunch of shit. I wanted to see his justification. I'm sure it was a dude for why it's morally great and superior to hate people and even harm people who are different from you. I want to see the fucked up argument that they'd give for such horrible behavior, and at the same time making it in their minds that they're the good people, and I'm the bad person for peacefully accepting people, even a-holes like that. I may dislike them and ban them, but I'm not going to run a bigot off the road and try to kill them or something like that, just because they're a bigot. That's not how I operate. Oh, so they saw them in a convenience store, then chased them off. Oh, wow. Such people. It's really scary how lame people can be. How horrible people can be. How violent and just flippant about safety and life people can be. Just because they think they're right, I'm the good person here. I'm moral and blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Oh, live mercifully. No, there's bigotry everywhere you go. It's worse in certain places for sure, but there's bigotry everywhere, unfortunately. Yeah, even in Oregon, Sarah's saying there's definitely some good old boys in Bend, mostly on the east side. Yeah, when I ding the bell, yeah, if you're kind of new, when I ding the bell here, that's time to drink, you know? And whatever drink you want. I remember one person got triggered thinking I was promoting alcohol. I'm drinking water here, like purified, filtered water. But yeah, if you want to have a mojito, a bourbon, whatever you want, some vegan almond milk, you know, do whatever you want. Sorry you got some bigots near you, but yeah, there's bigots everywhere, guys. You know, there is. Just down the road, there's a town, I'm not going to mention its name, in Orange County, that's notorious for like racist marches and people and stuff. So, you know, it's right here in Southern California. Yeah, people. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, shows you how lame people are, how exploitive and cruel people are, and they laugh about it. You know, they think they're the good people. Anyway, you're drinking vegan White Claws. What is vegan White Claws? Is that a kind of drink? I'm not too experienced in the ways of different kinds of alcohol, so please forgive me if I'm missing something that seems obvious to a lot of you guys. Move through the line. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, we don't get a choice in how we are born, like say what race, what ethnicity, where we were born, what region. So you're how rich or poor. We don't get to choose these things. We're just thrown into the world, as philosopher Heidegger put it. You know, into this world we're thrown, as Jim Morrison put it. You know, so anyway. Yeah, that's scary, vegan metalhead. I'm sure they thought they were good people. Vegan hot chocolate and whipped cream. Okay, is that what that drink was I didn't know about? Well, whatever it is, that sounds really good. I'll have some of that right now. In fact, we kind of had some at Disneyland the other night. There's a Ghirardelli store, you know, like that chocolate place in San Francisco. Fortunately, we don't have to go to San Francisco. They have a Ghirardelli place in Disney California Adventure. One of the few outside of like San Francisco. It's cool. So yeah, we went there and asked them, hey, can you guys put this together? Yeah, they made us a vegan cocoa last night with vegan whipped cream. Is really delicious. And we went last night because that was the last time we can pretty much go this year with our level of annual pass. So we have the least expensive, the Southern California Residence Pass, and I think today was the official last day, but Fridays are pretty much impossible. So we went last night, and that was it. We are done for the year. Yeah, we're kind of junkies, Sarah, but it's like a safe place we can go. You know, it's behind security. We know we're not going to get attacked there, or there's not going to be a mass shooting or something like that. You know, and I see say like LGBTQ people there, like walking hand in hand without any fear, and I think that's awesome. You know, I've heard them say like they like going there because they know, you know, they're not going to get effed with or attacked or anything like that. So it's a place where you can go and feel safe, and you know, it's not too far from here, and we don't go on rides much. I don't know if you guys realize, like, you know, we just go to eat. We went last night, had some, what did we get again? We got some tacos, got the cocoa, and it was fun. Anyway, yeah, it was pretty crowded last night. We usually go earlier in the mornings, now that I'm a morning person, when it's way less crowded. That's more my speed. But last night we knew, you know, it was the end of the right before blackout period for people on the annual passes, at least the lesser expensive ones. It was crowded as F. We knew it was going to be. We were well aware, and we accepted it, and got a little gnarly sometimes. We don't like big crowds. That's one reason why we want to leave. Well, morning person is relative, Sarah. For me now, like getting up at like 8 is not too uncommon. Meaning we could get to Disneyland by like 9:30, and breakfast ends at like at 10:30. So that's kind of our thing. Go get some breakfast, then split a little coffee together at Ghirardelli, and, you know, maybe go on a little kiddie ride or two. Come home. It's just a nice way to spend a morning, walk around in the sunshine, get some vitamin D from the sun, and, have a nice peaceful time, and then get back here like around 1 or 2 and get to work. It's just a nice little, and the thing is, we don't really go out on weekends like regular people. I'm sure a lot of you guys, I don't know, maybe a lot of you guys are more introverts and homebodies like we are, but I think most normal people, they go out on weekends, right? They're out partying on the weekends, they go shopping in the day or whatever. We don't do that. We don't really travel too many places on the weekends. So a couple little, like once a week, Disneyland morning or Disney California Adventure morning more commonly, have a little breakfast, have a little coffee, walk around, come home. That's kind of our big thing lately, But yeah, we're not big weekend people. There's just too many people out here, but we have a few things we can do on weekends. We'll probably do them weather permitting, now that we are blocked out until like early January. We've done that a couple times though, Sarah, because we got our house. So sometimes we go and buy odd things from Home Depot. One thing that we kind of like doing is going and buying bark, like mulched bark, and throwing it around the yard to prevent weeds from growing. And it looks kind of nice when it's fresh and stuff. So yeah, we've done a few things like that in our time. How did I become a morning person? Live mercifully. It really had two things. I think getting older a little bit, and then secondly, just the weird year I've had, with all my mom's health problems and all the things that have been breaking around our house, and stress from all that stuff. I think that, and then when we fell back in fall, I've never really adjusted. I've just kind of stayed at the, people say you gain an hour. That assumes you can sleep an extra hour, which I never did. So I've been kind of just stuck at this weird time. So, yeah, I'm kind of more of a morning person now. Usually in the past, I go to bed like at 2 or something like that. Now, I'm falling asleep sometimes at 11, definitely by midnight. To me, that's late. It's like, I gotta go to bed now. It's like midnight. Wow, you get up at 5. Wow, sir, that's very morning person. So that's great for you, this time change thing. It's like not as dark now at 5 and 6 than it would have been if we didn't fall back. So that's cool. 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. is your sleep schedule. Yeah, I'm kind of like, just push that back, like midnight to 7 or something like that, midnight to 8, something more like that. But yeah, sometimes I wake up really early. Sometimes I wake up at 6:30 or 7. We can't go back to sleep. So some of those days, hey, let's see if we can get into Disneyland. You have to get on the app now and see, oh, cool, we can get in. Like, cool, let's get to Disneyland early. We'll get there like at 9. That's early for us, and easy to get breakfast then. It hasn't worked out for you, Live Mercifully. Maybe get a little bit older. It'll just happen, because it was never a conscious effort on our part to wake up earlier. There's something kind of cool about it. You can get a lot of stuff done, I guess, if you want to. So anyway, it might happen just naturally in your 50s, maybe, if you're not in your 50s yet. Have you always been an early morning person like that, Sarah, or did it happen later on in life too? That's good, Graven. 4:30 is a very ungodly hour to wake up. Unless you're getting up and doing some, spiritual work or something like that. If, getting up for something forced, that's not fun. Wow. I saw Milo's comment, and then I saw AJ's comment back to him. Wow, I wonder, is that true or not? Because, what Milo said there about Tolstoy sounded like a very pro-animal rights message, but that what AJ said kind of weakens it a little bit. Okay, so you've been a morning person for a long time, but not always. Used to close down the bar. Wow. And I think it's different for ladies, females, whatever, too. Yeah, menopause and postmenopause, has, hormonal changes and makes sleep different, guys don't have that, but I'm sure there's hormonal changes, and that might have something to do with it, too. The male version of the hormone change in that age area. Okay, so AJ's pointed out that Tolstoy was indeed against killing animals and wanted to horrify his mother-in-law. Oh, okay. He was trying to, like, basically, AJ, he was trying to show his mother Dominion, the movie, right? It didn't exist back then, obviously. So he was just trying to shock his mother-in-law with the cruelty that's inherent in animal agriculture. Is that it? He just didn't have, there was no, hey, here's a video. Like, what is video? This weird word you speak of, you know, this YouTube thing, you know? Is that what was going on? He was trying to create his own, like, real life Dominion to show them his mom-in-law. Oh, I should share with you guys right now. I said earlier in the live stream, today's kind of a special day. Now that we're an hour into the live stream, today's kind of a special day because Love Spirals / Love we've released our 3rd song of the year today. Unfortunately, it's it's not on Apple Music yet. I think it's going to come out maybe tonight in 2 more hours. They usually release things at 9 p.m. Pacific. It's 7 right now. We checked last night when we were coming back from Disneyland. Oh, it's not on Apple, but it's on Spotify and everywhere else. But we have a brand new song, and I'll show you guys a little bit of it. It's something, man, this song really should have came out 2-3 months ago, but me just always going back, you know, my mom's in the hospital and out and back in, and you know, we've been working on this one for a long time. It should have came out like in summer, but anyway, give us some more time to like let the song gestate in our minds and really figure out what we wanted to do with it, like how we wanted to produce it, what kind of moods, and just really dial in on that. So it's kind of cool sometimes when a song takes longer than you'd want it to, meaning that you can really just like really explore and do more. So anyway, let's take a quick listen here. Let's go to not the definition of veganism, but to it's on YouTube Music. But I'm going to go to our Bandcamp page. In fact, I'll put a link to it before we get going here, really quick. So, but yeah, it's on all streaming media services, or at least it will be. But I told you, Apple Music's the last one, the last big one. I can't type. New song. So anyway, here we go. Here, I'll give you a little minute or so of Used to Be. It's our sad, gothy, dream pop, trademark kind of sound here.
Life returned to how it used to be. Days filled with nothing and nobody. Put my dreams upon the shelf. Return to my lonely self.
You guys can hear it, right? It's full on melancholy, Nikki.
When the shadows start to fall,
Here, I'll forward a little bit.
behind my wall.
I'll show you a little bit of my groovy guitar solo too. It's a little Massive Attack sounding right here, maybe. Here's my epic guitar solo. Oh, cool, Nikki. Yeah, very goth-friendly song. Yeah, a little bit like that, Sarah. That Mezzanine, Massive Attack era. but they didn't have guitar solos like this. Thanks, Sarah. It's cool. When I listen back on a song like this, it's weird. I feel like, I haven't changed too much since like the 90s. I couldn't make songs as beautifully produced as this back then. I didn't have the skill or the equipment, but still the mood, I haven't changed. I still feel the same sadness, the same beauty, the same melancholy, same kind of chords and textures still move me in the same way. It's kind of weird. I think I've grown a lot. I like all sorts of different kinds of music now than compared to then, but still, it all comes back to this kind of sound. This is like what it's just in my soul. I'll learn things from other kinds of music, like say like from hip hop or K-pop even, or something like that. I'll bring some elements in them that no one would ever notice. You wouldn't know like some of the stuff I'm doing on the song or ideas I got from listening to like K-pop or something like that. You would never know it because I'm doing my thing, but just getting new ideas from just modern music and modern bands. But when you get down to it, I'm still the same old kid from 1994 or whatever. That's kind of cool to be 57 and still be able to pull something out that's like what I would have made back then. So, but taking it new, bringing it forward, bringing it into the modern time and doing something new with it. So anyway, guys, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad you guys stuck around for that and didn't leave. Yeah, our music back then in the 90s, yeah, a lot of you guys know, very kind of goth friendly, especially amongst the goths that like the more ethereal side rather than the hard rockin' side or something like that, So thank you guys. So that's our latest song. Like I said, it's on all the major streaming music services right now except for Apple Music, but that should hopefully change tonight in about an hour and 50 minutes or so. So I'm going to be looking at 9 to see what happens. And Peter tipped $1. Tell Angie she has a beautiful voice. Thank you, Peter. I will. And I didn't see that Vegan Metalhead tipped an hour ago. My bad. I'm so sorry I didn't see that. I need to try the vegan chicken feet recipe from East Meats Kitchen. It doesn't suck being vegan. The vegan chicken recipe from East Meats Kitchen. I've never heard of that. What is that? It sounds cool. Thanks for the super chat tips again, guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, our music's all out there. Yeah, it's already doing good on Spotify, and it's already got like I think 1,000 plays in less than it hasn't even been up 24 hours yet. So it's gonna just keep going and going. Hopefully, like our last few have. So that's a cool thing about Spotify. Unlike YouTube, you might get like 1,000 views or something really quick, and then it just peters off really quick. Spotify usually just keeps streaming for a while pretty nicely. So yeah, it's off to a good start. I tell you, after our last few songs, I forgot how many streams we had. It was in the 5 digits, but we had like over 1,000 like adds to playlists. People sharing it and adding it to playlists. So that's cool. Michael, California is so wonderful. Yeah, California is the backdrop for my music making for sure. I think some of the romanticism of our music strangely comes from the beauty of California, as opposed to the grit of California. Because there's that aspect of it too. I kind of just block that out and just think of the beautiful stuff. Cool, yeah, the new song to your Love Spirals playlist. Awesome, AJ. Yeah, do it. Yeah, as long as you don't have to wait for Apple. If you're on Spotify or anything else, it's ready. Oh, your zombie husband just woke up, Graven. Well, good to see you. I've been on already an hour and 15. I probably won't be on too much longer. I'll try to make it. I'll make it to 2 hours, so another 45-ish minutes. So did I miss any questions? I thought I saw some questions getting asked right when I was starting to play our new song there. Our new song used to be. In case you're joining, I was just showing a premiere of our new Love Spirals track, used to be. And by the way, I shot that cover photo, you know, that light smeared imagery there. That's my doing there. I don't think anyone will ever guess where I shot that and you know, the location or anything like that. But I actually did the photography for Numenon as well, both the cover photos and the all the weird smeary light images in the music video. This one we didn't really make a music video. Angie made a short, as Sarah pointed out. But yeah, the photography lately has kind of been mine. I'm not bragging or anything like that. I just kind of cool. I've been experimenting more with photography, and these weird light smeary photos often lend themselves very well to the kinds of moody music that I've been into for all this time. So anyway, cool. Hey, ZZ Captain, thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, it was me jamming my infinite sustaining guitar sounds there. Is Fallon just joined it? Hey, Fallon Marie, good to see you. So yeah, I forgot. Was anyone trying to ask a question earlier and they bailed or something? I thought I saw something about alkaline vegan or something like that. I'm not sure. Oh, Peter just tipped $1 again. Did I hear that the Calgary Zoo actually killed a baby monkey after the door came down and crushed him to death? No, I didn't hear that. That sucks. Are they investigating it? Is that like something that shouldn't happen? Because I thought zoos nowadays, I'm not trying to justify them, but I know they are not like the zoos of olden days, like from when I was a kid, or from when like your parents were kids, or Victorian zoos or something like that. I know they're way more responsible now and professional, and more understanding and catering to the needs of the animals. So I'm surprised that an accident like that would happen. So that's really sad to hear. Coloring books, Nikki. I haven't drawn in a coloring book in a long time. No, adult coloring books. I didn't know there was such a thing. Wow, I gotta check that out. That sounds kind of fun. Yeah, I'm confused too, Sarah. That's gone right past both of us here. Oh, you do actually have a couple. Yeah, I think we have 0 coloring books in this house. I didn't know that's a thing, though. Adult coloring books. One featuring serial killers. Not for children. There should be a warning. This is not for children. You're going to color serial killers. Oh, you're not confused. You knew about them. See, this is news to me. I've never heard of such a thing. Adult coloring books. That sounds cool. Sounds fun. It was definitely advertised to adults. Good Star Cradle. Yeah, it's unethical to not have it be marketed to adults. Red gets used a lot on the serial killer one. Yeah, it would just seem quite useful, huh? Oh, you drew, and then when you lost someone close, it was meditative. Wow, Blood Rose, I'm in your thing there. You dabble poorly with coloring, but still enjoy it into the beauty of horror. Just nice things, not naughty things. Hey, draw naughty things if you want to. I'm not going to judge you. I'm cool with it. You know, whatever you want to do. As long as you're not exploiting or harming others, I'm cool with it. I'm not a bigot. Back to that again from earlier tonight. Let me think. Oh yeah, last Friday, since I saw you guys, I finished up the on Netflix the Cobra Kai, the second of 3 5-series installments. I guess we have to wait a few more months for the next one, but that was cool. So yeah, Peter said his jaw was dropped on the ending. I thought it was gonna be something crazier. It was sad what happened in the ending. I'm not gonna spoiler alert it for. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but I thought it was gonna be something way crazier, but I'm glad it wasn't like any worse. I thought for sure Mr. Miyagi was gonna like be walking around, and they did show him for a brief second. They probably did some AI Mr. Miyagi there. Star Cradle, am I mistaken? Did I mention you were a Buddhist? If someone has to pin me down and like, for whatever reason, tie me to any major religion of the world, or even minor one, I would say Buddhism is the one that I most identify with. Am I a Buddhist? I don't know. Like, what technically makes someone a Buddhist? That's not like, say, maybe in Christianity, there might be certain essential things, like maybe a baptism or a certain faith or belief. I'm not sure. Buddhism, I'm not sure if there's anything that makes you Buddhist per se. I mean, I've read a lot of Buddhism in my day. I've visited, many a Buddhist temple in my day as well, and I like it. I enjoy being at Buddhist temples. I've read a lot of Buddhist philosophy, understand what it is more or less, and I've tried to apply that into my personal life, my way of thinking, my psychology, if you will. So I guess I'm Buddhist, but yeah, I don't have any like connection to an official organization or anything like that. I don't hang out with fellow Buddhists. I don't regularly attend any Buddhist rituals there's Buddhist temples all around our area. There's a Tibetan one not too far away from here. I've gone there a few times, participated in some ceremonies. What was the last one I went to a while ago? It was some kind of renewing vows for Avalokiteshvara, that Bodhisattva, making a pledge, if I remember right, a vow to have compassion for all sentient beings, very vegan kind of attitude. Then they passed out jerky. They had actual beef jerky, and then they had vegan jerky. It blows my mind how we're there, vowing for Avalokiteshvara and having compassion for all sentient beings while at the same time participating in animal cruelty. I don't know. Anyway, that's why I can't say I'm for sure, 100% sure I'm Buddhist, because, it seems like Buddhism, you'd have to be vegan. You'd have no choice. If you really have compassion for all sentient beings, you got to be vegan. And I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Hey, thanks, Jennifer Murray. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your super chat tips. Oh, I really can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I can't say it enough. It really helps keep our channel going. We don't have the greatest amount of views or anything like that, so we don't get paid the big bucks from YouTube AdSense. It's a combination of your guys' memberships, donations, and the AdSense that really helps us to have this be something that we can do, and it's just not a labor of love, that we can add it into our streams of income from music and other things to try to pay the bills and fix the things that break. So thank you guys, really, or else I keep thinking, man, do I need to find a real job eventually or something? So well, thank you, because I'm sure if I had a real job, I would have even less time to devote to Happy Healthy Vegan. So I want to say thank you. It's not that I don't want to have a real job or anything. I just want to make sure I want to be able to keep our vegan activism going. And that could be a reason why a lot of you guys say, hey, I haven't seen such and such on for a while. Just maybe they couldn't, didn't have the time anymore to put out a regular video once a week or, whatever, so that could be, why you see people fall off. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Where is everyone? Okay, Star Cradle asked about the Buddhism. I only asked because I find certain parts of Buddhism fascinating and even beautiful, even if I don't necessarily agree with all aspects. Milo says, Ryan, you are a Buddha. Thank you. I mean, here's when you get down to it, guys, here's why I think I am a Buddhist, maybe, because, Buddha, original Buddha, attained enlightenment and all that. He didn't do all this stuff. He didn't go to Buddhist temples. They didn't make temples for him. He was just doing his thing, and he attained enlightenment and lived his life. And he gave teachings, and I followed the teachings of Buddha. You don't have to do all the other stuff, the organized religion stuff that came afterwards. Really, it's like if you're Christian, I guess the goal of Christianity is to, go to heaven and cross the gates into heaven and, spend eternity with God. Buddhism, it's to achieve enlightenment. And Buddha achieved enlightenment without all the external, organized religion stuff. He did it on his own. You changing his mind, changing his thoughts, changing his all that stuff is some of the psychology, philosophy. And I'm working on that. I'm trying to do that. And gosh, I probably in a kind of rougher time in life like I'm kind of going through right now and have been, it would probably behoove me to read more Buddhism, to get more. I should try to use this as an opportunity, a big nudge from the universe to go a little more hard back into my Buddhist readings. It could probably help me out right now. So that's what I like about Buddhism. It actually is, is helpful and it promotes compassion and all. Is eating meat new in Buddhism? I don't know, Samuel. I mean, I don't know. I can't say I'm an expert, like say in the historical life of the actual Buddha. From my understanding, he was a beggar. He didn't have a real job, so he begged. And sometimes they gave him meat, and I guess he ate it then, but he was, mainly eating plants from what I understand. So I'm not sure what their official position is, but the words are very clear about having compassion for all sentient beings. So, to me, that means now in 2024, when we have access to all the supermarkets and grocery stores and little stores and farmers markets and, bodegas and whatever we have, places where we can buy food now. Food gets distributed, shipped all around, or locally grown. Well, I'm saying we have way more options now than Buddha did 2,500 years ago. So if he wasn't able to be vegan out of necessity or practicality, well, I sure as hell can. I have no excuse not to be vegan. And I'm pretty damn sure if Buddha were doing his thing now, he'd be vegan because he'd have access to all those types of ways of buying plant foods that he didn't really have access to back then. all religions have been corrupted by the meat industry. Is that the premise of Christspiracy? I still want to see that sometime. Let's see, Joey Carbstrong says he works 7 days a week to keep his channel and activism going. Yeah, I work pretty much 7 days a week too, or at least 5 or 6 days a week, but it's not always for Happy Healthy Vegan. Happy Healthy Vegan's like 2-3 days a week. The other days of the week, I'm working on our other media, our music endeavors, our music company, our media company, our record label, whatever you want to call it. And other days I'm working to help my mom out too. So yeah, I really can't put 7 days into this right now. A Star Trek coloring book. That sounds pretty groovy. Yeah, Samuel, I agree. It's kind of mind-blowing. Yeah, I took a vow that they're doing that ceremony I was talking about for Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, also known as Kuan Yin. The Bodhisattva has many different names depending on your culture and all that. But anyway, yeah, it was for sentient beings. And anyway, well, thank you, SoCal Vegan. Thank you guys. You guys are very
You're one of the first vegan
generous.
channels I came across when I started.
I'll read you. You had my volume down, though. I think you guys all heard it, though. Thanks for doing what you've been doing throughout the years. You're welcome. Thank you. You're one of the first vegan channels I came across when I started. Thanks so much. Yeah, we're still here. We haven't given up. And I tell you, as long as I have the time to put in like a couple days, 2 or 3 days, it takes me. Yeah, I'm working here on Fridays, and then usually on my Joe Rogan response videos, I have a day where I'm doing research and getting my facts together, and sometimes I'll film it that day, then I'll edit the next day. So it's like a 2-day project, not like working like 8 hours the entire time, but scattered around there. Anyway, hopefully I'll always have the time to be able to do what I'm doing now, and if I don't ever plan to like go away completely. I might have to take a month off if my mom's like having some real trouble or something like that, or who knows what, But I have no plans to like just leave because I enjoy this. I enjoy responding to misinformation. I really do. It uses my philosophy training, and and I'm really into science and evidence-based information rather than just bullshit. So it's it allows me to engage that, and I love hanging out with you guys on Fridays. I really do. I'm not just saying that. It really, kind of grounds me. Just chilling with the guys, even though I don't know most of you guys in real life, and I wish that could change. But either way, I'm communicating with you. I experience your thoughts and feelings and emotions, and they impact me, just like probably my thoughts, feelings, and emotions and words impact you too. So it's quite good for my mental health, and I think I would be far more in a dark place if I didn't have you guys on Friday, honest. So thank you is what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Starcradle is saying, Ryan, I have found that reading books on Buddhist principles helped calm your anxiety-ridden brain. That's what I'm saying. I think I really need to pick up a few Buddhist books now. Maybe dust off some old ones or get some new ones. Maybe read some more about Zen Buddhism, something a branch of Buddhism I don't know too much about. And I've heard that helps for anxiety stuff, especially post-election. A few other things that produce this effect. Well, thanks for the recommendation there, Star Cradle. And I will, I need to get some Buddhism back in my life, I think right now it will really be helpful, help to put it all in perspective. Let's see. Live Mercifully, talking about Christspiracy. Ryan, you should see it. Christspiracy is not available to view on their website. Scroll. Oh, it is available. Yeah, I told you. My whole problem is it's a movie, and if I have a movie, I'm gonna watch it with Angie, but I'm not gonna sit there and hold my iPad for an hour and a half. So I was trying to AirPlay it to our TV, and it wasn't working properly. Technical issues. So I just told I'm too lazy. I have a cable that'll connect from my iPad to the TV, USB to HDMI. I just been too busy and haven't been bothered to do that yet. So I should give it a shot and see if that works out. Fallon, yeah, I don't know if we're ever going to do a meetup again or not. I'm not sure, but we'll let you know if we ever do a meetup again. Cool, Sarah. I'm glad you guys like hanging out with me too. So it's kind of weird. You guys came originally probably for the vegan content. You found there's like a real flesh and blood human here, an interesting one, maybe, multifaceted person here. I'm a musician and music producer, as much, if not more so than I am, a vegan activist. I think I'm more known when you add it all up. How do most people know me? Probably my media is more spread throughout via music, because I've been doing it for such a long time. And, I had some popularity in the past. Not to say I'm unknown now, but, it's got the name out there, and I've kind of been, riding that ever since to some degree. Anyway, thanks, Blood Rose. No, thank you, Ryan. You work hard, and it's appreciated. Thanks. I wish I could work even more and work even harder on this, but I'd have to spread myself out in those various ways, like I told you. I just hope I told you, my fear is I'll get so busy I won't have time to make regular vids. But it's really good for my mental health. But paying the bills is good for my mental health too, Anyway, a members-only Zoom. Well, we did a members-only live stream last week. I've had problems getting Zoom working out. But I never thought maybe if I just bypass my streaming software and just use Zoom exclusively, I'll consider that. Who gave me that idea again? It was Sarah thinks a Zoom meetup would be hilarious. I'll think about that. I'll ponder that idea. Let's see. Milo talking about the original Buddha, Siddhartha, didn't eat meat or write any book. Yeah, true. Hundreds of years later, some Buddhists wrote books and said he did because people like to hear good things about their bad habits. Actually, I probably recommended this a lot. If you can find the movie, last time I looked, it was not on any streaming service. I had to watch it on some weird site, daily. What was it? Oh gosh. Anyway, The Little Buddha, starring none other than Keanu Reeves. He plays the most awesome Buddha of all time. I love Buddha movies, say 7 Years in Tibet with Brad Pitt is a favorite. Bill Murray's got one or two, but Little Buddha is my all-time favorite Buddha movie. It's beautiful. It's made by Bertolucci, a very famous Italian filmmaker from the 70s and 60s. He passed away recently. Beautifully filmed. Daily Motion. Thank you, Star Cradle. That's where I saw it last. But I saw it in the theaters. I've rented the DVD a bunch of times. If you could watch The Little Buddha, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Chris Isaacs plays this cool dad. Bridget Fonda is the mom, and Siddhartha, or the Buddha, played by Keanu Reeves. I think it's his best performance. Tops Bill and Ted, tops the Matrix. I think it's the apex of Keanu Reeves' acting career. But if you get a chance, check out The Little Buddha, one of my favorite movies of all time, and I should take myself up on it. I should watch it. I'm just kind of getting teared up right now thinking about how much I love that movie. And for you Pacific Northwest people, the American scenes were filmed in Seattle, and then they filmed a lot of it in like Asia, and I think India, and they might have filmed some parts in the Andes. Or am I thinking of Kundun? That's another movie to check out. Kundun, way more scary and graphic and frightening, and not as pleasant, but still a very historical movie about how the Chinese Communist Army invaded the peaceful Tibetan Buddhists because they're dicks. And anyway, that's a cool movie too. But yeah, check out The Little Buddha if you can see it. Keanu is a humble sweetheart. Yeah, it worked out for me that Angie had a crush on Keanu Reeves when when Bill and Ted and stuff came out, and the River's Edge movie. She liked him from back then. So when she met me, man, Ryan's kind of like Keanu Reeves, kind of tall, half Asian dude, hair, and kind of funny, kind of airheady, but really cool and artistic. Yeah, can I describe myself like that? Is that kind of egotistic to describe me? I was describing Keanu, but she thought I had enough of those Keanu Reeves attributes that hey, Ryan's like Keanu Reeves. So anyway, it worked out good for me that she had a crush on Keanu Reeves. Yeah, Chris Isaac, he was awesome in like those David Lynch, God, what's that? I'm having a mind blank right now. You guys know what I'm talking about. Twin Peaks, another Seattle-based area. It's kind of that they have, because Chris Isaac's from San Francisco. But anyway, he's a good actor. He's actually he did fine in Little Buddha. But Keanu kills it, totally kills it. Accurate, right? Yeah, who killed Laura Palmer? That was cool how they brought back, what was it, like maybe 5-7 years ago, a new updated version of that David Lynch series. It was cool. It was cool how Kyle MacLachlan had a lot in that. He's funny too. He's cool. I don't know. I only could take David Lynch so much though. I appreciate him as an artist. He's just sometimes so, like, I guess, self-indulgent. It's kind of hard for sometimes to like fully, like I remember we went to go see his premiere of Inland Empire. It followed that great movie he did. Oh gosh, what was the one, you guys, LA David Lynch fans? The one with Naomi Watts. Oh God, Mulholland Drive. I think that was his masterpiece there. I thought Mulholland Drive was such an amazing movie. It was the right amount of surreal, yet you can follow a story somewhat, It was cool. And then after that, Inland Empire, I remember sat there for 3 hours at the LA County Museum of Art doing, David Lynch was there. I go, what the hell am I watching? This is just crazy. Yeah, I know they're, not from San Francisco. He's from, Stockton or something like that. We're talking about Chris Isaac there. That's where his band's from. Finally moved to, he's had a house in like San Francisco, right on the beach in the Sunset District for like decades. But anyway, Blue Velvet scared you back in the day. Yeah, that's another pretty decent David Lynch movie there. Corey, you have an interesting poster that takes us off our path here. A mushroom experience told you the real Armageddon end times will be vegans versus carnivores. Hunger Games, like the movies and agenda thoughts. Well, I'll tell you, I've had some pretty powerful mushroom experiences back in my day. 2.5 grams or so, sometimes mixed with an MAO inhibitor plant. I've had some really interesting things I've seen and experienced, maybe even told, and none of it comes true. You're not really communicating with an objective reality, in my personal opinion. I don't think there's any like spiritual realm that you're really getting in touch with. It's your brain having a very awesome, deep, entheogenic experience from a powerful entheogenic plant. But I don't think there's any objective reality, because I've heard so many people say, oh, I was told this was going to happen. I was told, some guy I'm not going to mention was told not to be vegan. Like, what kind of mushroom experience do you have is this not to be vegan? It's just weird, People think they get all sorts of revelations from mushrooms or whatever, and you're not, It's not objective, because I could take the same plants and have a different revelation or something like that. So I wouldn't put too much stock in anything you were told on a mushroom experience. Just experience it for what it is. It's a beautiful, mysterious, pretty much unexplainable experience. You can't really explain all the stuff going on, but I don't really think you're getting in touch with a higher intelligence and you're downloading information from it. It'd be too contradictory. So many people getting so many different ideas. Anyway, Wicked Game. Back to what we were talking about. Yeah, it's my favorite Chris Isaak song for sure. I play that all the time. Let me whip out my Stratocaster here and play some Wicked Game. It's not plugged in right now, but let me give it a shot. You guys hear it? I'm not sure if it's audible or not, but yeah, it's me jamming some Chris Isaak right there. Actually, Jamal Tinsley, I think, is the guitar player. Credit with that. Passed away a few years back. But yeah, some of the most amazing Stratocaster guitar tones you'll find on that. Oh, cool. You could hear it. Awesome. Yeah, hopefully I won't get a copyright strike. It wasn't that loud. And I didn't have any of the other stuff going on. We'll see. I'll see if I get tagged by Chris Isaak's record label. Yeah, that song's amazing. I wish I had it plugged in. With all my stuff here, I can get it sounding a lot like what you hear on that record. Just a beautiful, clean, bright, glassy Stratocaster guitar through like an old Fender kind of sound. The whammy bar, delay, reverb. I love playing that song through my stuff here. Yeah, I like the vintage tones on that album. It's a really cool album. Big Blue Spanish Sky, it's another good track on that album. Anyway. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to play any guitar tonight. Oh, Heidi, the Mulholland Drive movie, we were just talking about that, from David Lynch, is playing at a little theater here tomorrow night. Have you seen it, Heidi? If not, I would recommend going to see it in a theater. I remember when I first saw it in the theater, I thought it was awesome. Before that, I respected David Lynch as a movie maker, but I never really connected too much with his movies for whatever reasons. But I thought Mulholland Drive was like a masterpiece. So if go check it out. Maybe you'll disagree, but I think it's a pretty watchable movie. Okay, Corey, about his mushroom revelations. It told you the real reason humans have suffered throughout history with slavery and everything was because of karma and the way we've treated animals. Again, I don't think any intelligence from a plant or extraterrestrial or something from a spiritual realm separate from ours told you that. I think what was going on there, this was your experience that you were having chemically in your brain, which controls your mind and all your conscious experience. It was your thoughts. You knew this already, or at least had ideas like this, and you just put it together for you in that kind of phrasing that you got there. But yeah, it sounds like you're already an ethical vegan, and your mushroom experience solidified your position and showed how animal cruelty goes way beyond just animal cruelty. It spills over into all sorts of forms of human mistreatment of humans. Yeah, yeah, check it out if you can see it, or just at least rent it. Yeah, I think Mulholland Drive's a decent watch. It can be challenging. It's not all just kick back and chill. It can be a challenging watch, but if you like trippy stuff, it's a good balance of being trippy but not too weird. Right, Corey, but yeah, I'm glad you're vegan, and I'm glad your mushroom experience kept telling you how important it is to be vegan, because there's other people that say, oh, I took mushrooms and it told me to not be vegan. Like, don't listen to that. It's some weird, crazy thought, Lost Highway, yeah, Angie likes that one more than I did. And where I used to live in LA, I lived right by the tire shop, I think, that they filmed a lot of Lost Highway in. It was on La Brea Boulevard. Yeah, I saw Wild at Heart 2 again. I wasn't a huge fan of that. It was when I saw Mulholland Drive that I finally said, yes, David Lynch, you finally got me on this one. But yeah, those are good movies. Lost Highway and Wild at Heart. I just didn't connect with them. I think, yeah, Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive were his, I guess, his masterpieces of sorts. But yeah, those are really popular, commercially successful movies for him back then too. But mercifully, if you believe the mushrooms are talking to you, go for it. We have no way to prove that. I said I've seen so many people have contradictory downloads from the mushroom realm intelligences that pretty much shows that no, you're not communicating with anything, giving you direct information. You're having an experience that your mind is having based upon its chemistry being radically changed in this mysterious, glorious, beautiful, sometimes even frightening way. But I don't think there's any objective reality beyond ours that the mushrooms put in our consciousness or reality or something like that. Giovanni making some vegan pasta tonight. Awesome. See, that's some wacky stuff there. Like nincompoops like those guys will be the leaders of the meat movement. I mean, no, those guys are just too... No, I don't think so. Sarah, you can't shroom. You got to keep your central nervous system totally level. How so? Like some kind of medical reason, or you just don't want to have your central nervous system be altered or something like that? Because it does affect your entire body. Like you might feel like, say, a little colder, stuff like that. Your heart rate might be a little different. But really, where the big action is up in here in the your mind, your mind's eye. That's where it's going on. You don't alter your business. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's a valid thing, a valid wish or desire. Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to try to fight you on that at all, because I'm not looking for anyone to to sell me some mushrooms or anything right now either. But yeah, that was me. That was something that I did maybe like twice a year in the 90s for like I forgot how many year period, maybe like 5, 6, 7 years, something like that. With mushrooms. And that was then. It was an experience or a time that it worked out for me then. I learned a lot, I guess. At least I experienced a lot. It kind of formed who I am. But yeah, I don't feel a need to have to keep doing them for the rest of my life or anything like that. Maybe I will do them someday. Maybe after I get over all this stuff with my mom and family stuff, and I can move on to the next phase of my life, maybe, or maybe the next phase of life will be worse than this one. I don't know, but maybe if I get to a place where I have some peace, maybe I will, But right now, no. I'm just saying no right now, like Heidi. Yeah, good point, Corey, about those guys. Yeah, they're definitely not promoting good things. Oh, Live Mercy, you may disagree with my view that they're a great thing. Oh, I'm not sure if they're a great thing or a bad thing. Magic mushrooms, psilocybin mushrooms, they kind of are what they are. I've had some, positive powerful experiences from them, but it doesn't mean I always did, and it doesn't mean you will either. They just kind of are what they are. It's, they're neither good nor bad. They're neither great nor awful. I'm just saying, yeah, I had more positive experiences with them back in the past, but and as some people point out, yeah, they've been used in therapy lately. That's something that's changed since the 90s, that they've gotten a lot more legal status. They've been used in science finally. Science couldn't even study them. That's how banned they were back in the day. And now they're actually being researched again. They've opened up all those new avenues in like how to treat people with all sorts of disorders, physical and mental. And they seem to have positive effects, especially microdosing, low dosing on them. But I have not had mushrooms in my flow through my life to try that at firsthand. Yeah, saved your life, healed your trauma, Corey. I've heard a lot about that lately. Oh, absinthe, Blood Rose. Yeah, that's fun. I haven't had that in a long time. I only drink absinthe a couple times. That's kind of gothy. Are you goth by any chance? Sarah, you don't like being high, but the gummies help for sleep. Sleep stuff and legal. Yeah, the CBD gummies. Yeah, mushrooms are weird. I wouldn't even consider it being high. Like, yeah, you smoke a bunch of weed. Yeah, you feel really super chill. You're high. But mushrooms is beyond high. Mushrooms is really, at least the way I've always seen it, just something you kind of do on your own or maybe one other person, and you just kind of lay down. And it's an experience. You just let it take you and don't fight it. If you try to fight it, you'll probably get all this anxiety, and that can produce a bad experience, a bad trip. It's just an experience you go down. And yeah, getting high sounds like you're like snorting glue or even drunk or something like that. It's not like that at all. It's just you lay down and you let your mind just go to this different kind of place that you're not normally, that's the best way to describe it. Almost like being transported somewhere. I'm speaking more metaphorically. I know I'm still in the room and stuff like that, but sometimes you look around like, maybe I'm not. I don't know. But yeah, it's not really getting high. But yeah, it is maybe pick the wrong phrase, and maybe just having an altered state of consciousness. And I can totally understand and respect that. I don't want to go down that. I don't want to alter mine too bad right now. Oh, you had some pretty bad brain fog from lack of sleep. It's getting better though. Yeah, there's could be all sorts of reasons why you don't want to mess up your brain chemistry. It's very if your brain chemistry is working for you, happy, good moods. Yeah, why mess a good thing up? You picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Airplane reference. Yeah, that's one of the better lines from Airplane. They got some good humdingers. Yeah, Sarah, you can look at it like that. When a person heals their trauma, yeah, they worked through it, either with a therapist to help that person heal their trauma, or they can have a mushroom, or there's other plants or chemicals that are used for what's that word, therapy nowadays that weren't used back in the 90s. But yeah, they helped you work through it. Yeah, it's not like the mushrooms alone did it or the therapist alone did it. You had to do it too, for sure. Let's see, Milo says, you're right, Ryan. Oh, what am I right about? Curious. You've taken lots of acid, mushrooms, and peyote since the 60s. It's like Russian roulette. I've seen people go into delusion and permanent psychosis. I don't recommend it. Good words to put. Yeah, everyone read what Milo just said there. Or just remember what I just read from him there. Yeah, it's an experience. And if depending on what kind of person you are, how your mind is, how you deal with letting go and anxiety, you can have a really bad experience. And fortunately for me, back to Buddhism, one of the central tenets of Buddhism, guys, is detachment, not clinging or grasping to things, be able to let things go. And that's a lot harder than it sounds. It sounds so easy, not being attached to things. And it could be things that are even really near and dear, like not just like say like, oh, I can not use my phone. It could be things like your ego, your personality, stuff like that. And one thing that a deep mushroom experience will do is your ego's gone. You're kind of not you for that hour or so, hour and a half. If you fight it, when you feel your ego being dissolved, so to speak, and you're clinging onto that produces the anxiety that can cause a bad trip. So for me, I fortunately had Buddhism to help with that. I just let it go. That's the beauty. When you let it go, that's when you go on this nice, pleasant trip. But even then, it can be kind of hairy. So yeah, it's Russian roulette. You never know how you're going to react, how your mind works, you got to know what you're doing. Just don't take my word for it. I don't want to do it right now myself. Detachment is exceedingly difficult. Yes, Dark Cradle. Yes, very true. In Buddhism or other aspects of life, just chant Hare Krishna. That's fun and all, Heidi, for sure. I've done that a few times, for sure. I tell you, that's the Hare Krishnas are who introduced me to vegan food, basically. And Milo lives amongst the Hare Krishnas. Do you still live amongst the Hare Krishnas? They're cool. But that's nothing like taking 2 grams of psilocybin mushroom, It's a different experience, whole completely. Okay, pretty straight edge. I don't like being altered. Totally 100% get it. It was pretty miserable, the lack of sleep, and the gummies have helped. Yeah, I still got to take a look. I think you emailed me them, right, Sarah? I'm pretty sure you sent me the brand that you recommend. I'll look them up. I'll look up on Weed Maps, see if they have it. If not, do they just have it at regular stores? I saw when I was shopping at Sprouts, the supermarket, they had CBD products there. So that's cool. Things have changed a lot. You take one, you go right to bed before you can feel high. Then you sleep 7 hours straight. Yes, please. Well, you got to tell me more, sir. I forgot. Is that something, do you take them pretty much nightly, or just nights where you are having trouble sleeping, or you want to make sure that you're going to for sure get a good night of sleep? Let me know. Okay, you did email me. There are 2 that you like. Go to a cannabis place. Yeah, they're all over the place here. So I'll take a look, because different brands are sometimes only in different areas. They don't always distribute them everywhere. But we're on the West Coast, and there's a good distribution system, so there's a good chance. But yeah, let me know. Allie, what about liver damage? Liver damage from what? Isn't that something that happens with alcohol? Okay, you fall asleep fine instantly, but you weren't staying asleep. I think that happens when we get older. I often wake up about 5 hours into sleep, maybe stay up for 40 minutes sometimes before falling asleep, sometimes an hour or more, But yeah, let me know. Is that something you do every night? I'm just kind of curious. And how expensive is it? Just kind of curious. Yeah, I don't think there's liver damage from eating a mushroom or something like that. But alcohol and liver damage, yeah, for sure. Okay, not every night, just nights. So how do you, just kind of curious your strategy. What night would you pick to have one, and what night would you not? What's going on? Maybe you didn't have good sleep the night before, so you want to get a good one in that next night? Because I understand that. Sometimes I'll take on a rare occasion, Angie has some melatonin, which helps put you to sleep. Doesn't necessarily keep you to sleep like the CBD stuff. So kind of let me know your strategy, because that could be something that could totally change my life for the better. Yeah, I'm with Corey. From what I understand, weed nor mushrooms are involved with liver damage. But I could be wrong. Not a medical doctor, but I've read about this for a bit, and I don't believe there's a connection there. Okay, so sometimes if you're in a bad sleep pattern, you'll do it nightly. Then you'll be in a good wave, and you won't take them. I get it. So it just depends how the previous night or nights of sleeping have been. I totally understand that, because that's how I kind of judge things too. I get it. All right, I'll take a look again. I'll find your email, and I'll look on Weed Maps and see if I can find those brands. If not, I'll look up those brands and see kind of what their thing is, and see if I can find some brands around here that kind of say the same stuff. So I'll take a look. Wow, Peter, I can't imagine it is that helps you fall asleep. But you don't want to mention on this live stream. Wow, you got me curious now. That's funny, Corey. You heard a guy, Peter, took magic mushrooms so he got high and jumped out a window. We've heard stories like that. I've heard stuff like that in the 90s. I don't know if they're true. You hear about that? Yeah, some guy took so much acid in the 60s. He did some crazy. I don't know if these things are true. And even if they are, yeah, I'm not saying they can't happen, but it's pretty exceedingly rare. That's just not normal. Okay, Wild brand and Camino's brand. All right. I'm just going to copy and paste right now. So I'll have it in a browser tab. Wild and Kiva CBD. All right. I found it. Oh, Kiva. I think I recognize that brand from down here. I think I've seen them around. I think so. Now that I see their logo. All right, I'll keep that in mind, Sarah. Thanks. Because, guys, when you're our age, like in your 50s, sleep is not as easy as it was when you're in your 20s and 30s even. So it's not a vegan thing. It's an aging thing. And, I sleep decently well. But, I've had a lot of anxiety, like I told you lately. Not from being vegan, from things happening in my life that are kind of out of my control. So not every night is a great night of sleep. So it would be helpful to have some little help like this. So Camino's is a California company. I only could find them when you go to Mendo. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe they make it down here. Yeah, I think there might be some restrictions, what can cross the border with all the weed laws, the cannabis laws that all the states have. So I will look it up on Weed Maps. Anxiety equals veganism debunked. Yeah, like only people that have anxiety are vegans. I don't have it all the time. I've been pretty anxiety free most of our happy, healthy vegan career here. Just lately, because of events in life, I said that are just kind of freak most people out a little bit. Corey, yeah, that's maybe taking a step or two too far, but you're on the right path. It's about control. Like, the reason that psychedelics are illegal is just like, certain states of consciousness have been deemed illegal. It's control. 2 hours, guys. I should get going pretty soon here. So we've been talking about a lot of stuff tonight. I didn't think we were going to talk about psychedelics and CBD and David Lynch and Chris Isaac. I didn't think I was going to play Wicked Game there on the guitar, so that's cool. Let's see, Ali says, you think hallucinogenic mushrooms cause liver damage? That's what it seems to indicate online. I'm going to just quickly look here. Psilocybin. Psilocybin, I spelled it wrong. Psilocybin liver damage. Let me just see what it says here. Okay, here's something that said something about I'm just reading a summary here. That available data shows that all psychotropic agents are associated with risk of hepatotoxicity. I assume that relates to liver, and I assume that psychotropics are what mushrooms are. Okay, I'm seeing this is Cora. He said there's a something in psilocybin mushrooms which can cause liver failure and even death if consumed in large amounts. So you got to do the actual reading, see if that amount would be a dose that any person would ever want to take. You might have to eat like 100 mushrooms or something like that. I don't know. I'm saying, yeah. I learned a little bit. There might be some connection there. So we'll look into it. Before I go, though, I want you guys to remember our new song, Used to Be. So check it out. It's on another hour. It should be on Apple, hopefully, but it's on other streaming services. You can get it on our Bandcamp. You can download it. What's cool about Bandcamp is if you like to like play songs on your iPod or your phone rather than stream it, listen with your headphones and stuff, like old school. Yeah, you can just put an MP3 on there or a lossless FLAC or whatever. I think you can download the original WAV files too. So that's what I have up here is Bandcamp. So check it out. Our newest song should be our last song of 2024, and we got some new ones that we're working on for next year. Peter just gifted a membership. Thank you, Peter, to One Star Review. Was gifted a membership by Peter. Thanks, Peter, and hopefully One Star Review you enjoy. I think you get a month of membership here with that gifted membership, so see what it's like to be a happy fam. So I got to figure out what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. Angie and I just threw some tacos together really, really quickly. So, maybe some Tuscan kale pilaf. Maybe we'll just have a big bowl of cereal. I'm not sure. I am a little hungry, though, after having gone to the gym today. So I'll touch base with my wife and, gather her back together with her. And she hasn't seen me much today. She's been promoting a new album. I went to the gym. I'm here doing the live stream with you guys. So it's time to join back up with Angie and be a real couple and enjoy each other's physical presence together. I mean, sitting on the couch watching something probably. So anyway, guys, thanks for spending your Friday night, or in some of you guys' cases, Saturday mornings with us here with me on the Happy Healthy Vegan live stream. My plan is next week, again, do a response video. And it sounds like Peter sent me some stuff to look at. Dr. Ken Berry, so I'll check that out. He's always a good laugh about, just nonsense about plant-based and vegan diets. So we'll see that. And next Friday, hopefully another live stream. Fall goes good. Oh, next Friday is the day after Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't think that'll affect me. It should be a normal day for me for the most part, So I have every intention of doing a live stream on that day. So I'll just plan on it, guys. If you guys can't make it, if you're going to be with your families, awesome, good for you. You should be with your families if you guys hang out. And if you're traveling, totally get it too. So, hopefully I'll see most of you guys next week. Hopefully you guys have a good Thursday, whether you celebrate Thanksgiving or not. Like I said, I really don't. I'll just get some tamales if I can and enjoy them with Angie or Angie and my mom. We'll see. So you'll be here, Heidi. Awesome. Good for you. So awesome. So I plan to be here. So I'm glad we figured that out right now. I also thought of something else that might be weird next week. I might have jury duty. I'm going to take a look. I'm not sure. I'll check that out. That could be a whole new can of worms there, guys. All right, I'll see you next week. Uncle should be back by then, too. And thanks, everyone. Thanks for everyone for all your super chat tips again. I can't thank you enough how generous you guys are tonight. SoCal Vegan, Jen Marie, Peter, Vegan Metalhead, Michael, and AJ, guys. Thank you once again so much for keeping our little channel and our activism alive and going. Thank you. Just can't thank you enough. All right, guys. So I guess that's it for me this time. Check out our new music. Low Spirals Downwards, Bandcamp, iTunes, or Spotify. YouTube music is all out there. Used to Be is our new song, guys. So until next time, guys, remember, it doesn't suck being vegan, and much love to you all. Bye, guys.